me just look at this view. It is amazing. Oh, the sky and the sea. I'm so lucky I live here. Oh my gosh. Hi. Welcome. If you're anything like me, your perception of yourself will jump rapidly. Like 1 minute you'll think you look good and the next minute you'll think you look really ugly, and I've been like that for quite a while. It happens as well with weight. Like, I've been very harsh on myself with the weight. Like, I think like 1 minute I'm like, oh my gosh, I look huge, like I'm so fucking big, and then like the next minute it'll be like, do you know what, I look good. Like, and it's weird how it changes so much. Our perception often of ourselves isn't correct. For example, I know like last year when I went on holidays in January, I was so sad because I thought I put on weight. And now looking back at photos, I don't look like I put on weight. And it's weird because like we should stop. First of all, I know you shouldn't care so much. If you put on weight, you shouldn't be sad about it. Like, as long as you're healthy, that's the main thing. Like, I mean, you can be really skinny and really unhealthy, and you can be bigger and healthy, and it's better to be the latter. So I think the main thing is health. It fluctuates. It's meant to fluctuate. It shouldn't be such a big deal. Like, I know it's easy to say that, but still, I do care, like, a bit. Like, not as much as I used to. And not to be so caught up in your looks. Like, it's just so much more important things. And I know when you're so young, it's hard to think that, because it feels like nearly everything is about looks. And we are so beautiful in so much different ways, and so much different people. And I think that we often have such a negative view of ourselves because we hold like a microscope up to our face sometimes, I think. And I hear that bush moving and I'm like, please be like a bear. Now when I look back at some photos, I'm like, I look really fit there, and I feel like I put on more weight now. And I don't know if that's a case of me just like constantly thinking that I looked better in the past and then like, you don't look good now. But I think it's just important not to care. Like, obviously keep running, like keep being fit, but do it for your health. Just wanted to share a story. When I remember being in London and I was at a Tony Robbins event, and I was there for a good few days. It was like a 4 or 5 day event, but it was like 12-13 hour days, and it took like an hour to get there. So like I was absolutely wrecked on the way home, because an hour back. But like I remember thinking on the tube like that I saw my reflection in the photo and I was like, oh my gosh, I look so ugly. And then I got off and I was walking back to my friend's house. I got off the tube and this guy stopped me and he asked me for my number. So basically both our perceptions of me were completely different. I'm not saying you should never ever get outside validation for your beauty or for whatever, but I just think just be confident. Honestly, because if you believe it. As well as that, like when I hear, for example, I'm just going to give an example. One of my friends, she has a private Snapchat story, but in one of her stories she mentioned how she woke up and she said, I looked so ugly, so I just decided to put on makeup, and she like, her makeup was done in the story. And for me, like, that was really hard to hear, because like I would never think that around her. I mean, she's like, that's not a word that would come into my head. Like, she's super beautiful, like, and it's so weird, it's so hard to hear that. And it's like when you hear someone else say it, you're automatically like, oh my gosh, like, and it's like that's so not true. And I can't speak. And I think it's important to almost treat yourself like you're your best friend. Like, you're not actually you're your best friend. And if your best friend said that, you made you be like, that is so not true. That perspective is so wrong. So I think it's just, it really was like impactful, like just that word. It's not a nice word. And I think it's important how you speak to yourself and how these thoughts that come, just like, so what, you think it and then you could be like, I disagree, you know, like, fuck off. Thank you guys for watching, and if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, you can do so. I am going to try my best to put up more videos more frequently, and I know they could do with improvement, but that's always fun. I hope this is helpful, because especially the best friend thing, I think that really helps. Like, just, you're your best friend, you know, like, be careful about the words you use to talk to yourself. It's really important, like, and I think you just get better with time. It has to get better, like, it's just practice, and it's becoming mindful and aware. And when you're aware of the fact that you're potentially using really negative words in your thoughts, you could, it's you know, like, at least that's the point when you know, like, okay, something has to change and I'm aware of it now. So it's good. It's always a good thing.